Today I want to talk about the Goresh and especially his rally skill mechanics, because I think this is bringing little confusion in the players and more people are start looking, is Goresh actually worth your time? Should you actually go for it? Even though that this is a season 2 hero, right now season 2, I mean generation 2 hero, because when I said season 2 and people people start asking me, okay, Burgas, I'm in the season 2, what is going on? Where is the Goresh? And no Goresh there. But yeah, this is a generation 2 hero, so if somebody else was looking to actually invest in the Goresh, he's going to be invested in the Goresh long time ago. Also, I think this type of heroes like a Goresh is mostly for high mid spenders, whales and krakens. The main reason is just if you're a wall spender and you're infantry main, you're basically going to fight one day and after this you're going to rest 1 week. This is something that I saw. Now if you're well, you can afford actually to have some extra legions different from your main troops, and if you're a wall spender, just focus over your main troop and put, just like me, I'm like 553. Obviously this thing can be improved and be 555, even though that this is also a huge investment. But we're going to talk about the rally mechanics, and this is mostly going to be for the whales, and I think the whales and krakens should be the leaders of the rally, not somebody else, just because they're going to have maxed artifacts, they're going to have maxed heroes, maxed pets, all these things. And believe it or not, pets are playing pretty big role in this whole fight. So the mechanic of this specific, I'm not going to go over the rest of the skills. I think the majority of the players are familiar with this. I really like, I'm not gonna lie, the rage skill of the Goresh, just because it's like 60% awaken it, 60% physical damage, and you know, damage taken minus 20%. I think this is a brutal one. But with coming with the new hero, which is this bad boy Li Huan, people start questioning the role of the Goresh. Still, the passive for the stronghold or the rally for Li Kuan is weaker from this one that is actually that Goresh is having. But yeah, we're going to jump over this spell, and this is when beside city or stronghold, the legion get 5% attack, can go basically up to 20% if the target garrison captain includes an infantry hero. If the target garrison captain includes the infantry, so we're talking about infantry against infantry. For every other attacking legion in the siege, this hero gets a 20% chance up to 60% chance to inflict cover. Counterattack damage can be reduced up to 40% for 3 seconds when it launches a normal attack. Now here is the thing. The first confusion that is coming with this one is, are we going to get this 20% by default? And I think the answer is yes. It's just from 20, the chance is 20 up to 60%. This is my understanding of this spell. So if you have more legions on the battlefield, if you have one legion and basically your Goresh whatever rally, and the enemy is having Mogro, Goresh, whatever, you're going to get this 20%. But if there is more legions striking this garrison, this hero is going to increase his percentage to inflict this cover. Basically, counter-attack damage get reduced by 40% for 3 seconds. Now, if you hit 40% on normal attack, is going to be permanent till the fight actually ends. You're going to have this 40% reduction of the counter-attack damage reduction, because if you hit one time one normal attack per second and you have 60%, and let's say for example the first time, or even 50%, let's say 50%, the first time it proc, for the next 3 seconds, for 3 seconds you're going to make 3 normal attacks. That means there is a very decent chance you trigger this thing again, like close to 100%. Obviously it's RNG's percentage, is not guaranteed, but if per hit you have 60% with each hit and you make 3 hits, there is a big chance you actually trigger this thing one time from these 3 hits. So yeah, I think this specific spell, Reviving Army, is something in supporting Cow Dragons for players just start making multi-rallies, not what we saw so far. It was a 2-1 rally, Goresh Kogo or Goresh Mogro or Goresh Danfe or Goresh whatever. We may start seeing Goresh Kuma, and on the other side is Mogro Goresh or whatever. I mean, basically most of the times it's Mogro Goresh. So a situation like this is just 1 against 1. So with this spell, especially if you're using your Goresh, because you know right now the new heroes are presenting Cave Dragons, the majority of the players are not going to have this hero maxed. I'm talking about the new rally hero and Kuma, the other infantry hero. So people are still going to use Goresh, and I think this stimulate people to make double, triple, quadra rally over castle, maybe player city, gate, garrison, all these things. So yeah, I think this is just to get this percentage more time to proc and reduce the counter attack damage by 40%. Now obviously this is going to be for the attacking legions so far, and I think this 40% counter attack damage due reduction is crazy. So because it's a melee, you know, it's a melee against melee. In the melee fights, the counter attack is 100%. It's not like Goresh is sitting on the field and some mage are hitting the Goresh. Obviously, it's not going to receive 100% counter attack, but in the melee situation, you're going to have 100% counter attack, and this is going to reduce the damage by 40%. So yeah, I think we're going to start seeing more and more rally, and I think this is the way the things are going. And still, Goresh are continuing getting more and more damage. I mean, this is attack bonus, which is passive. It's not depending on any procs or something like this. And here you have like 60% awakening. It's like 80% attack increase. Here at least you don't have 80% attack and physical damage reduction, and from here you get like 40% counter attack reduction. I mean, Goresh is going to be the hero that, in my opinion, is going to continue be one of the leaders of the rally. Obviously, people are going to test the new hero, which is Li Kuan, and how he's going to perform with Kuma. But yeah, the rally skill of this hero is not that great. I mean, it's like defense bonus, attack resistance. If you compare this thing with the Goresh, it's not looking something desirable. Let's use this word. So yeah, this spell is going to make a big changes if the alliance leaders understand that, because you know, leaders should be the people who have the decent knowledge over the game, but sometimes this is not the case. But I think the games is going to turn in multiple rally fightings against and Bastion, especially with these restrictions where you can actually place your castle, is going to make more easy the bastions get destroyed. Because if the if the two alliances are equal by power, it's going to be extremely hard, which is absolutely normal, to break the defense. But if one of the alliances is the attacker and the defending alliance is way more weak, so we still see that those bastions cannot be broken. So right now we're seeing huge shift in Cave Dragons from point of bastion fights. So yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts over the Goresh spell, over the Legion, over this proc chances to inflict this core, which is going to give counter attack damage reduction. So yeah, I guess this will for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you do, hit one like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.